Longhorn Lester here. See, my shirt says it right there. Thank y'all for joining tonight. We are just done with football camp. And I'll tell you what, it may have been the hardest camp that we've done thus far. It was really interesting to watch the progression of my son through the course of this summer. We started off our first week of camp focused on conditioning. And then throughout the course of, well, each practice we progressed to include not just conditioning, but we eventually went into stuff like strength, agility, lots and lots of footwork. And then we began to focus a little bit more on him and contact. You know, football is a contact sport, and we begin to work really hard on the contact part of football, not tackling necessarily, because we don't have the entire setup to play a tackle. I mean, you don't want to I don't want to tackle my son. So we worked a whole lot on just contact, hand-to-hand contact, not combat, but contact. Did a lot of that. And then this last week, I'm sorry, I'm turning waters on. This last week, we worked a whole lot on focus and concentration. And I'll tell you what I discovered. That right there is the weak spot. Now, you have to build up in football, just like in everything else in life. You start off with taking baby steps. And today was by far our hardest practice. Lex is not going to go to his Gigi and Pawpaw until Saturday evening, because this is in fact our last few days, and he on his own would like to stay and do at least 1 or 2 more practices. So that warms my heart. It really does. It warms my heart to know that Lex wants to stay and do a few more practices, because he knows that today was difficult and challenging. I don't know why I'm not seeing any comments, but let me just go ahead and flip this thing around. And if people are here, that's wonderful. And if they're not, well, that's a shame, because what we're seeing over here are a lot of our cows. Actually, all of our cows up in a different pasture. I'm going to come by right now. Come on, chain. Hold on, I got to chain my gate back. Got to chain my gate back, friends. Hold on a moment. Yeah, this is absolutely the next gate that I have to work on as far as getting it bull-proofed. I'm going to walk over here and fill up our waters. My video today talked a lot about the water system and what we're going to have to make sure that we do to keep our waters full. Cow water stays really clean compared to how dirty horse water gets. Yesterday was the day that I filled it up, so there's only a little bit of hay floating in there right now. A little bit of sand has sunk to the bottom of the water trough, but it's not bad at all. And even though I didn't move the cows in until a little bit later today, they didn't go through as much water as I thought they might. So I'm okay with that. I can handle this. Now, not to worry, all of the cows have come up to have a drink multiple times. I've seen the cows hang out up here a lot. That water trough is fine. We're going to walk over here to the other one, which is also has a little bit more grass than this one over here. A dab more grass. Now, my hose is muddy. That's why I'm not going to drop my hose off into the water, because the hose is filthy. I left it laying over here. I guess they've come by and stepped on it throughout the day. So what you hear, that would be, I think from here that's Jolene. I can't see her face, but I think that's Jolene and Jenny Lane. Well, there's a lot of folks who are saying there was not a notification of the video. Sorry about that. I am on the right channel. I am on Longhorn Lester's, correct? I hope I'm on the right channel. Gosh darn it. Hey, you guys have made a really nasty mess over here. How am I gonna put water over there without getting my feet all dirty? I guess just like this over here. So as you can see, we do have cows scattered across the entire pasture. Earlier today, you guys saw the cows all sort of congregated here under these trees and inside their barn. But at this point in the day, they've gone across that entire pasture. You have some, oh guys, they are laying by my mini pond. Look, you can zoom in on your own devices. They are laying over there by the mini pond. How cute is that? That those cows over there, guys, I do not have a hand to zoom in for you. I'm holding the water hose with one hand. I have my phone in the other, and I will not use my lips. But those cows over there are laying alongside the mini pond. Mini, M-I-N-I. Don't come over here, Ruby. Ruby, I cannot fight you off. I'll have to spray you. I did not even bring my spanky stick. I left my spanky stick sitting over there by the other water trough. So this water trough is going to be fine. I think I'll just go ahead and turn this water off and come back out tomorrow to fill it up in the morning. That's plenty of water for tonight. So you guys just walk with me. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. Well, we can walk around a little bit. Let me get my spanky stick though. And I got to turn the water off. I have to turn my water off, guys. Give me a second here. Hey, Lex. Lex, do me a favor. Turn off the water. Walk over there to that pole and look at the ground. There's a red knob. Turn that red knob. Let's see if Lex can figure out how to turn the water off. Hurry, Lex. We're getting a lot of wasted water here. Lots of wasted water here, Lex. Come on, son. Find it. Look on the ground, and there's a red knob right beside that post. Turn it off. Come on, Lex. Do not make me walk over there. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it, Lex. Guys, I'm going to have to walk over there. Hey, son, look on the ground. Do you see that red knob right in front of the post? I'm going to have to walk over there, guys. Gosh darn it. Guys, I'm going to have to walk over there. Oh, these kids. I want to put this water at least out of the area so it can wet my grass but not get the cow pasture any worse than what it already is. Gosh darn it, Lex. Oh, the kids, guys, kids. You guys come with me. Sorry. So from what I understand, people are saying there was no notifications, huh? Sorry about that. I don't know sometimes why you do and sometimes you don't get notified. It's not like I've posted too much today. I posted the usual. Guys, I tell you what, I love them. I love him, but look at him. He's staring right at it and he cannot seem to find it. And I'm watching the water still squirt all over the ground. He's staring at it. He's staring right at it. Son? No, not the water hose. There's a red knob right at the ground level. There's no way you can't see that red twisty knob that turns the water pipe, the entire water pipe, on and off. Yes? It's not red? Oh, blue, red, same thing. Same thing, son. Turn it all the way till it stops. Now the water's off. Okay, so my bad. I was giving you a hard time. Guys, it was a blue knob, not red. Okay, water's off. Water is off. So let's take a little walk out amongst the cows. If you care to join me. We do have a very small audience tonight. I'm guessing that I've come on earlier than normal, first of all. And then secondly, there was no notifications. And for that, I apologize. I don't know why sometimes YouTube does, and sometimes they do not give you a notification. I don't know how that works. But I will say that for our first day here, everything went very smooth. All of the cows have got along just fine. Did not see anybody pushing and shoving. There was no riffraff whatsoever. Chuck has hung out with the herd for the most part. He did come up a couple of times to the fence, hoping that I would give him a snack. And I'm trying not to offer him so many snacks. I want him to become a real cow. And to be a real bull or a real cow, you have to sometimes cut back on having so many gifts and goodies and snacks. Hold on, Chuck. We're not gonna do all that walking up to daddy stuff, okay? We're gonna get out of that habit. Look at Danny's bag. I did not think she was pregnant at first, but she absolutely is. She absolutely is pregnant, and I love her. So Danny is absolutely pregnant. I'm just watching Chuck, friends. I'm watching out for Chucky Poo. There's our sweet Jolene, who's also bred. You can add her to the list. Now, Jenny Lane. I don't see any signs with Jenny Lane. I don't know if Danny is. I don't know why she would not be. Now, I don't know exactly how old she is. I have all that in our paperwork. So I don't know her exact age. But I will say that I never saw any bulls showing any attention to sweet Danny. Never saw it. I never saw it. But she's absolutely got her little bag working. Here's Gracie on the back side of the feed buggy. I have not fed Rita, Roman, or Gemma yet. I was hoping to give Lex a little bit of a break, and then I would go by. Look at her. Look how smart. She's having a hard time reaching the grain with her head. So she'll take her horn and scoop it out, sometimes onto the ground. And then she'll come by and eat it from the ground where it's easier to eat. So ingenuitive. Now that I'm watching, she's not going to do it. No, she's not going to do it now. Darn it. You notice all of the cows starting to walk off into the distance to graze. Thank you guys for taking time to join us this afternoon. We are not going to drive out on the side-by-side. I thought I would just walk out amongst the cows and give a little bit of a change of pace. We drive out all the time. We don't walk out enough. And we're blessed to have the kind of herd that you can walk amongst without having too much fear of anything. Especially if you're not carrying a bag of muffins. if you're just walking out amongst them, there shouldn't be any issues whatsoever. This is Charlene and Loretta over here. So a cow has to be 15 months before you allow them to breed. And that gets them at having their calf at the age of 2. And so Danny and Ruby are absolutely old enough. I'm just trying to remember when Jenny Lane was born. And guys, I think that her name is Jenny Lane because she was actually born here at the JL Ranch. And if Jenny Lane was born here, which is why we named her Jenny Lane JL, the first calf born here at the JL Ranch, then I think that if she is old enough to breed, yeah, because we've been here longer than 2 years. But you know what? But I don't know when she actually got bred or when she actually was born here. So we may have been here for 6 months, or I have no idea, guys. Listen, I'm the kind of guy who cannot remember what I had for lunch today. And then I remember that, wait, I haven't had lunch today. And then I'm reminded later that, yes, you did. You had Whataburger or something like that. So I'd rather just not even embarrass myself by trying to remember dates and times and places and all of that stuff, okay? This is sweet. You got mom and baby over here laying in the high grass. Here comes Tex with Marilyn and Norma Jean. Loretta's starting to get up. They're gonna all walk. Loretta's like, we gotta stay close to the herd. Come on. Come on, everybody, we gotta get close to the herd. I love Loretta. She's so pretty to me. She's a big boned cow, just like her mom. Come on, Charlene. Did I call her Gracie again? Like I said, guys, you listen long enough, you'll catch me slipping up over and over and over again. Loretta, you're a pretty girl. Come on, Charlene. Charlene's pretty too. She looks so much like Pearl though. Only the horns. I can only tell the difference when I see them side by side and know that her horns are much smaller. Isn't that wonderful how Loretta did not come and harass me? I thought she was coming to bother me, and she just walked right on past, and now my feelings are hurt. Now my feelings are hurt that she didn't come and love me. That's funny. Tex making his way out with the herd. And he's running off Lord Grayson. He's like, oh, Lord Grayson, you keep your distance. These are my girls. Uh-oh. Is it time to get moving? Y'all got to get moving? Charlene's like, come on, everybody. Let's go with the herd. We got to follow my dad. Don't forget that her dad is Tex. Here comes Gracie. Waylon is staying up at the water trough, the Blue Lagoon, and Chucky Poo is there at the feed buggy, the one inside the nut hut or the ballroom. It was exciting to get the horses' hooves done this morning. We're blessed to have Mr. Damien, who came out and did that for us. He was able to get both Rita and Gemma all the way around, all 4 of their hooves, and he was able to get Roman's front hooves done. We still can't quite get Roman to allow us access to his back hooves, but like we said before, like we've been told by so many folks, that if you're only able to get 2, you want to do those front 2, because that's where all the weight is at. 70% of these four-legged animals' weight is on their front two legs, which means their front hooves. And so if you can only do two hooves, and that's all we could do with Roman, you have to get those front hooves. And we got those front hooves taken care of. Prince Willie Joe. So I know that now's not the best time to talk about the future of Prince Willie Joe or Lord Grayson. And I don't know exactly how you guys feel about this, but I have what I consider a really wonderful forever home for them. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Now, I'm going to tell you right now why I'm apprehensive about talking about it. Because of the folks on the channel who just do not understand what it means to mind your own business, to stay in your own lane. And the sweet lady who's going to take them both, her number one concern is you all. And what will you all do to her business? Yeah, I'm not making that up. I'm not exaggerating. Hello there. Aren't you a handsome guy? Aren't you a handsome little guy? You see, here's the thing. What happens is, what you all would love to see for Prince Willie Joe and Lord Grayson is for one day them to both of them to each walk amongst their own perspective or respective herds. What you would love to see with those two bulls is that one day Prince Willie Joe is the leader of his very own herd. And you'd also love Lord Grayson to be the leader of his own herd. Uh-oh, here comes a little bit of trouble. Hey, sweetie. Hi, babe. I do not have any snacks. I'll be happy to rub your head, scratch your horns, but I have no snacks for you, okay? So, how about I just move out of your way and let you pass? Would that be okay if I just move out of your way and let you walk right on by? What a diva. What a diva for me to move out of her way. Gosh. But what happened is I was able to work a deal. The details will be coming at a later date with a business who would be very interested. Like I said, there's no deal yet, but they would be very interested in taking both of those young bulls and using them for their ag production, aka breeding program, because both of those bulls carry a very unique gene that make them beefy and stocky and just heavy duty. They're built tough. And I think that you all can agree that from looking at their dad, Waylon, and their moms, both Gracie and Jolene, they're going to be a little bit larger and beefier Longhorn than what you normally get. And so what they would do is, instead of putting them out to pasture, they would extract semen from them. And so those bulls would live in a pasture, and they would get called up to the barn, into their facilities, every so often. I don't know the schedule. I have not asked those questions. If we ever get to an agreement on how we're going to work this, then I'll be happy to answer all of those details. But they will live a forever life being able to, I think that I can say, ejaculate their semen, which would be used in AI, artificial insemination, AI is artificial insemination, not just, yeah, AI. So I think that something that people have to remember is that I've always strived to make sure that we guarantee that our cows, especially our bulls and our heifers, our females, never get sent to auction, never get sent to being processed. And if we can find a way that both of those beautiful, beautiful bulls remain alive and well and able to continue to produce animals of their own special. Guys, can you not tell that I'm trying to pick and choose my words real carefully here? So I'm excited about it. I'm really, really excited about the possibilities of what their future looks like. And now you may say, Lester, how fun is it for them bulls to be stuck to a machine to give them their sperm? Guys, oh my gosh. Do you not know that they have very large horse ranches where they have stallions that do the exact same thing? You don't gripe about that. Hey, Ruby Sue. You don't gripe about that. You completely fine with them big stallions doing that. So don't give me a hard time about my little bulls doing that, okay? How would you like that, Lester, to be stuck in a... No, ma'am, you're not going to do that to Daddy. Looky there. You're not going to... She don't even care about my gosh darn spanky stick. You're not going to be mean to me. You're not going to be the reason I have to leave my pasture. Okay, I'm leaving. Hey, no. No, ma'am, I am... She don't even care. Guys, she don't even care. Ruby, get out of here. I got a spanky stick. Got a spanky stick. God, she doesn't even care that I got a spanky stick in my hand. Lord, you think you gotta watch out for your bulls, and then it ends up being Ruby Sue's the one who puts you out of commission. Oh, Lordy. I'm leaving, Ruby. Thank you very much for ruining my day. I was having a nice walkabout with the Longhorn. So we can talk about Ruby right quick if you guys want to. I told you today in the video. No, ma'am. Okay, guys, forget this. I ain't playing. I am not going to have Ruby Sue be the end of me. How horrible would that be? The end of Longhorn Lester comes from that. You know what? I don't mind. I do not mind the ranch being the end of me. I do not mind. If that's how I go, that's how I go. But not from her. Not from my bottle baby. I will not fall prey to my bottle baby. That's where I draw the line. That's not very Longhorn Lesterish right there, Ruby Sue. That I end up going toes up because of my bottle baby. Yeah, I can see it now. Longhorn Lester goes toes up, 6 foot under, buried right there in his own little mini pond. You might as well at 6 foot. There's my spot right there. You don't have to drag me very far. There's my mini pond right there. Let's go look at it. Let's just go look at my spot where they'll just throw me in this hole and cover me up. The dirt's still there and everything. They'll just throw me in this hole, which is supposed to be a pond eventually. It's the beginnings of my pond. Could we just not make pond jokes? Please, no one talk about my miniature pond. This was an experiment, okay? A simple experiment to see if I could find the clay level and it hold water. And I'm happy to announce that here we are. How many days has it been since our last rain? And as you can see, my pond still holds water. And I would like you to see something else as well. Cows have been walking down into my pond to get a drink. Thank you very much, all of you haters. Let me walk around here and show you something. These would be the hoof prints of cows that have walked down to have a drink from my mini pond. Look over here. Guys, that's to all my haters. Lester got the last laugh. Look how many cows have been walking down to my mini pond to get a drink. Look over there. One of them slid down. They made themselves their own cattle waller. They made their own waller, y'all. They had a waller. Look at here. One of them slid down right there. They done had them a slip and slide party. That one right there had a slip and slide. Hell of a good time. Down in my mini pond. Y'all will learn that you could get a lot more bees with sugar. You'll get a lot more bees with honey, or you'll get a lot more bees with sugar water than you will with, oh, I forgot how that expression goes. Who cares though? My little pond is holding water and cows have come by to drink from it today. And that makes me very happy. And in case you're wondering, my pond is between 6 and 8 foot deep. Now, it has water in the bottom of it right now, so, oh boy. Looks like Waylon might need a drink out of my pond. Let me walk away and give him a chance to get him a drink from the pond water, because he prefers the taste of delicious pond water than he does some city water with all of the chloride and fluoride. Looky here. And if it's not pond water, guess what? He can come by and play with some dirt. He likes to do that too. And that dirt came right out of my pond. There you have it. Mini pond or not, Waylon's not complaining none. Oh. Looks good, Waylon. You look good, bud. You look really good out here. So the future of Waylon has yet to be determined. We already know, and I say that I'm about 90% sure about the future of Prince Willie Joe and Lord Grayson. And the only problem is I don't know how much I'll be able to share with you all because of this lady's fear of the haters coming at her channel. She says, Lester, we have a very large following of people who understand what we do and appreciate what we do and love how we do it. The last thing that we need is people from your channel coming over here and starting a bunch of drama on a channel that has found its happy place. And I says, I completely understand and I respect that. And so it'll be very iffy on how much I'm able to share of the future of Prince Willie Joe and Lord Grayson. I don't mind sharing with you what they're going to do, but I'll be damned I share where they're going to do it at. That's all we need is some marshmallow going to that channel and just trying to start drama. And that is what happens. Unfortunately, guys, that's the unfortunate reality, is that is what happens. Well, that was a nice walkabout. I got to get over and get Rita Roman fed before it gets too much darker, too much later. This is their feed time. We'll turn on their lights. Guys, Chuck is not a fighting bull. He plays rough, but you all saw Ruby, who was also a bottle baby, playing rough with Daddy. So playing rough is just what these cows that were used to being handled when they were babies, they grow up and they still want to be played with. They want to be handled. Ruby was not trying to be mean to me. Ruby was trying to play. But sometimes animals that large, with horns especially, when they start playing, can end up hurting you. Guys, I haven't even read the first comment yet. I would ask you to save all of your questions. If you have a direct question, save it for a little bit. And once I feed these horses, then I'll be more than happy to walk inside with you and sit down at my desk, grab me something to drink, and answer as many questions as I can possibly find. Oh, I know what'll be fun. How about, this will be fun. Hey, moderators, if there's any moderators watching tonight, and I don't even know if there are, and there doesn't have to be, but if there are any moderators watching, moderators, why don't you collect some questions that you think would be good questions to answer? Because I can spot the moderators' questions easier than I can spot other folks. And so the moderators can kind of be like a screener. If you ever call the radio show, then they have a screener. Their producer will screen all the calls, and he's only going to let certain people on the air to ask their questions. So moderators, if you want to, start gathering, compiling a list of what you think are some really good questions that could be beneficial for me to answer. And I'll be more than happy to answer those questions as soon as I get inside. Look out, baby. Hey, Rita, are you being a sweet girl? Hey, Roman, I'm so proud of all of you guys. Now look what I have over here. I have a green spanky stick that I will use if I have to, okay? I don't wanna, but if I have to, I will. So could we all just be sweet and walk inside the stalls? Y'all go to your rooms. Everyone just go. Golly gee, Roman, do you have to like put your... Roman, my gosh. Come on, baby, go to your room, sweetie. I'm gonna sit you guys down for a moment here, please. All right, Roman, don't bite in the back. Everybody go to your room. I'll turn the lights on, okay? Come on, we're going to our rooms. No, ma'am. Rita. Gosh. Move, Roman. Back up, buddy. Roman, Rita, and Gemma, settle down. Here we go, Rita. Come on. Go to your room, sweetie. Come on. Here we go. Here. Rita. Back. Rita. Gemma, go away from her door. Why are you standing at her door? I'm provoking her in anger. Come on. There you go. How come our lights never came on? Let me check the lights, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. All right, you guys still with me? Thank y'all. Thank y'all for sticking around for a little bit. Horses are good. They are all in their rooms eating. They're fine. I'm gonna walk over and just check their water right quick. I filled it up before I left today at about 1. And so I may fill it up again if it needs to be, but I may go ahead and let them drink it on down so as I can change it out tomorrow. Look at that cloud off in the distance with that pink sky. And how weird to see that there's no longhorn across the entire back pasture. None. Yeah, this horse water, I have to change it every couple of days, but I'll let them drink it down to where it's only about a quarter full. Then I can kind of lean it over the edge and dump it. It's way too full. That water's way full. All right, they're fine. Okay, well, would you guys like to come inside? Is there anyone who would like to come inside for a bit? We got to get out of that full moon. We have to get away from that full moon. But even full moon or not, I give you my word that my intentions are pure. So we have came to the part of the show, I love saying that, where we're about done with the animal portion. We're about done with the animal portion. And at this point, everybody has water, they have food, they have pasture, they have hay. And so the animals are going to be good for the night. They've been closed into their pastures and they are fine. I'll also say for those who joined late that tonight was probably one of the hardest football camps that I've put Lex through. And I cannot wait to share video with you tomorrow, because let me just tell you real fast how it all worked out. The first week that Lex and I had football camp, we focused on his conditioning, and we spent all 4 days that first week just doing all kinds of conditioning drills, trying to get him into shape, getting familiar with breathing in hot air. And you all know that process. You've all had to do something in your life that you had to be in shape for. And so we tried really hard to get Lex back into decent shape. That includes going to bed on time, waking up at a decent hour, hydrating. And so then on week number 2, we continued on with our conditioning, but we began to focus a whole lot on footwork and some of the skills, why did I say it like that? Some of the skills that he has to be able to do for his particular position. And so now in week 2, not only are you doing conditioning, but you're also doing a lot of skills, drills. And then in that 3rd week, we continued with conditioning. We continued with our drills based on the skill sets that he needs for what his positions are. And then we begin to include a whole lot of hand-to-hand contact. Now, you guys know that football is a contact sport, but at my son's age, a lot of times, thank you for the new member. I missed the name, but I saw the green thing pop up. Thank you so very much. But what I was saying is that we begin to make him have to have more contact with me, as far as learning that it's okay to put your hands on other players in a game, in a sport. You have to be able to be physical. And a lot of athletes at that age, they know that football is a physical sport, but they don't want to get physical. So by forcing Lex to play with me and force me to, we did sumo type drills and just all kinds of things. Come on, kitty. We did all kinds of things to make him learn to be more physical. And so y'all give me just one moment here, please. I need 2 hands. I'm gonna sit you guys down for a moment. Here. There. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted? All right, y'all are good. So there's Nikki Bella. She comes in, and then that's the other black cat who I've been feeding as well. All right, excuse the mess out here. I'm gonna come by and clean all of this porch off someday, just not now. You guys wanna come in for a bit? I cannot guarantee the RV is gonna be clean because the boys are here. Guys, I'm coming in on a live video.
What's up?
How are you guys doing? If you guys will allow me a moment to get some things sorted here, and I'm gonna lose you just for a second. I don't know if I was able to do what I wanted to do or not. This is on 73. We're gonna go up to 70, 75. And then I'm gonna get myself a cold water bottle. There we go. And then let me set you guys right over here. The boys are playing their Xbox games. I'm gonna put you into this tripod here. And now I'm gonna turn you around facing me, if I can. There you go. You take off this wet hat and put on my dry fit flat cap. I'll also put on these glasses. There. That cat is not Barnaby. That cat, we're calling him Barnville. I did not give him that name. Barnville. The gray tuxedo cat is Nikki Bella. I did not name her either. She belonged to LE and lived there in their barn for a while. Trixie is here. Trixie is in fact here. Yeah, it's crowded here tonight, guys. It's crowded. All right, so moderators, were you guys able to compile any questions that you guys wanted me to answer? LE did name her Nikki Bella. I'm also at 20% on my battery, so I will have to probably get off of here pretty soon. This is my new hat. It's my Sherlock Holmes hat. And I don't guess we have any moderators able to help me out tonight, which is absolutely fine. That's not a big deal. We don't have a schedule, y'all. We don't have a schedule where all... Oh, there's Vanessa. Hold on, Miss Vanessa's saying something. Vanessa says, I have a few, and I bet the other mods do too. Just let us know what you want us to do. Oh, I was just thinking that, Vanessa, y'all could ask the questions. So Keisha's saying that someone wants to know, will this be Santana's last calf? Possibly. You never really can say for sure. It always depends on the cow. I will go ahead and let you guys know this, that on average, most cows have 10 calves before you retire them. But you could have less than that if you have a cow that's not able to bounce back. And when I say bounce back, I'm sorry to compare it to a lot of moms, but some moms can bounce back very, very quickly. And other moms, it takes them longer to bounce back. So Santana has always been healthy enough to bounce back real fast with good health. So it depends on Santana's, how she's able to bounce back. Will you have help while Jamie is traveling so that you have some support? No, I'm able to do it both. Okay. I will be able to manage, okay, so that's, okay, good. So you're both asked the exact same question. I will be able to manage both properties. I've done it plenty of times, guys. Jamie has traveled quite a bit, and she will leave here on a Thursday, and so I'll take care of the Thursday chores. I'll take care of the Friday chores. I'll take care of Saturday chores, Sunday chores, and then Monday. And Jamie will be back on Tuesday. So 5 days is nothing. I got this. But if for some reason I need help, I promise you there's plenty of folks I can call. Those are wonderful questions. Thank you so very much. And it does help a lot that the moderators can help me with those. Becca says, is there a link to where you were with the Bear Grylls show? I've been trying to find it for the longest time, and I want to see it again. So if I know that Miss Teresa can find stuff very easily. I don't know if Teresa's watching right now. But Miss Teresa, if you can find that link, then I will absolutely let everybody know to look for your comment. And I might be able to pin it. But I was fortunate to be able, I was invited to hang out with Bear Grylls. And we had ourselves quite the adventure up in the mountains of, what mountain was that? California, Northern California. And it was the most beautiful place in the world that I've ever seen. The most beautiful place in the world. And I'm so sorry I forgot the name of that. But what you can do is just go to Google. And on Google, type in Lester Morrow, Bear Grylls, that's spelled Grylls, and type in Hurricane Lester, because they actually called that episode Hurricane Lester. Don't know why they did that. But it was not Mount Shasta. If I see the name, I'll remember it. But no, Bear and I, we did helicopter stuff. We hiked. We had to not rappel, but traverse a volcano. It was not active. It's not active, y'all. And then we had to eat something that was quite nasty. But I don't want to talk about that, okay? Mammoth, yes. It was Mammoth Lake. I believe it was called Mammoth Lake and Mammoth Mountains. Guys, it was just such breathtaking. And you could like take your hands like this, and anywhere you put it, that would have been just a screensaver type thing. Yes. So that was really fun. That was the adventure of a lifetime. I met some really neat people while I was there. Other folks who were going to be on his show. We got a chance to hang out with Bear and with a lot of the staff there at the bar. And they took really good care of us as far as the accommodations and just making sure that we were very entertained. There was snow in those mountains, and we were able to play. We had plenty of time to play on those mountains, and so it was just beautiful. So Teresa says, I'm not a moderator on this channel, so it won't let me post it here, but I'll send it to one of the girls and see if they can post it. Okay, thank you, Teresa. But anybody can go to Google. Anybody can go to Google. You guys go to Google all the time. It was a very interesting episode, and it was quite challenging, and I was pushed beyond my limits, which was the entire point of Bear's program, was trying to take and push people past what they thought were their limitations. And so he absolutely did that with me as well. So it was not Mount Canucci. This hat is cooler. It does not let you sweat. So, the interesting thing about Bear Grylls and that show, and this has to do a lot with Facebook, is that right during Hurricane Harvey, which, by the way, we are in the month of Hurricane Harvey. I believe Hurricane Harvey made landfall on around the 25th of August. So we're getting very close to that anniversary, the 8-year anniversary. And it was right around the time that Facebook was trying to launch what they called Facebook Watch. And so Facebook Watch was their version of YouTube. And it was really great timing, if you will, that Bear Grylls was trying to get their Facebook Watch kicked off with his episodes. He's already done TV for a while, but now he was doing episodes with real people, not just celebrities, athletes, and musicians, Hollywood stars. He wanted to do real people who have undergone some type of a tough obstacle. And so that video at that time with the Hurricane Harvey experience was just going viral. And so the Bear Grylls people reached out to us and asked if we'd be interested. I said absolutely. Now at this point I had just met Jamie. I didn't know Jamie as a partner. So I do believe it was 2017, not 2018 of Hurricane Harvey. So I think that your month is right, but I do believe it was 2017. I'm not 100% on that, but you can also Google that to find out. I see that Miss Vanessa has just found the link. I'm going to try to pin that. I can't. I'm not able to pin that, Miss Vanessa. Darn it. Sorry. Yeah, August 29th, 8 years ago. So it's coming up on it. So the boys are going to be in 8th grade, both of them. Vanessa says, Lester, that's not the actual link. It's just the initial video. I'll have to grab it from Facebook. So they may only have that episode available on Facebook. It might not be available on YouTube. So you guys may have to take the plunge back to the dark side and visit Facebook if you want to watch the actual video. So, all right, well, as far as when the little bulls will be leaving, I'll answer that question. I have some dates, but they're in my phone. And I'm using my phone to record, so I can't go and find those dates right now. I'm so very sorry. But I will say it's going to be more than likely next month. There are some dates available this month. But it's a good trip, guys. It's a pretty long trip, and as you guys know, Jamie's already pretty busy this month, and I want to make sure that she's able to be a part of that trip with me. And it's hot. I wouldn't mind waiting till it cools off quite a bit. So I will say we'll probably wait till one of the September dates. So the thing about the bulls is that this is a part of the business, guys. This is a part of the business, and I hope that you'll respect the fact that they're not going off to be processed, and they're not going off to be, hey, if you guys want to just wait and not watch that Facebook thing right now, what I can do is end this live, go to my computer, no, I can't do that. I can open it on the computer, and we can all watch it together. Y'all want to watch the Bear Grylls together from my computer? A simple yes or no. And that way you don't have to go to Facebook. I can do it on my computer, and we can just watch it together if you choose to. But you don't have to. You can go off and do whatever you want to do. This is your life. You make the call, guys. This is your life, and you make the call. Okay, so give me 5 minutes. I'm going to get my computer turned on, get my phone plugged in, and then from my computer, I will have a dual screen, and we can watch the Bear Grylls, and I'll premiere it with you. We'll premiere it together. All right, so give me 5 minutes, but let's do it on I'm a Survivor Sanctuary, because I know I've already exceeded my time here on Longhorn Lesters. So if you belong to I'm a Survivor Sanctuary YouTube, I'll see you back in 5 minutes, and we'll try to premiere the Bear Grylls show together. All right? So I'll use my Facebook. You don't have to use yours. All right. Thank you, guys. I'll hope to catch you back here in a few minutes. But if not, we'll see you on the coffee club in the morning. All right?